Okay, I can be wrong. That's completely accurate. Like, I can totally be wrong. I am open to learning new things. Hi, I'm Des. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my makeup while I just sort of talk about the things that I've been researching and sort of what my next video is going to be focused on. Basically, just a get ready with me, essentially, is what this is. So, if you hear anything in the background during my video, it's actually my cats, most likely, because I made them a toy so that they wouldn't cry at the door, and they're playing with it now, but it's kind of rattling. And I also am just going to be doing a really basic eye look because I'm not going to put on foundation or concealer because I don't actually have a foundation that matches really well for winter. To be completely frank, these videos make me a little bit nervous to do because I feel like people are going to make fun of the way that I do my makeup. And because I have a basic outline of what I'm talking about, but it's not as scripted as some of the other videos that I recently made. So this will be fun. So we're going to be talking about Harvey Weinstein because I have a big interest in some of the issues that have to deal with violence against women and children. And that has led me to kind of look at Hollywood and kind of research. And that's sort of how Harvey kind of came up in all of this, is because of that. And mostly it's because of Ronan Farrow's book, Catch and Kill, which I recently read. And in the course of reading that, I really started to look into Harvey Weinstein and everything that's going on. And the reason this is important is because there's actually a trial going on right now, and it started January 6th, 2020, I believe. And it is in relation to these sexual harassment allegations against him. And as far as the law allegations that are against him, I'm not 100% sure what they are, which is why I want to make a more in-depth video about this. But I did read Ronan's book, and I'm actually reading another book which is called She Said, Breaking the Sexual Harassment Story That Helped Ignite a Movement, which is written by Jodi Kantor and Megan Twohey, and they are two of the women that initially broke a story on Harvey Weinstein with the New York Times. And Ronan Farrow followed not too long after with a article in the New Yorker. And the reason a lot of people find that a little interesting is because he's an NBC affiliate, and he had to go to the New Yorker to publish the story. And why not NBC? And that's something else that's tackled in his book, and something else that kind of raises some red flags about these topics. And what I mean by that is, when it comes to things like violence against women and children, sometimes men in power make it very difficult for these victims and survivors to be able to come out and tell their stories. And based on Ronan Farrow's book, if you read it, this is definitely the case in that I am partially through She Said, but I did not get through it this week like I had planned to. I kind of had a difficult week and was not able to focus on things that I normally would be able to focus on. So I know that what I'm using right now is not actually, the word is escaping me. It's not actually an eyeshadow primer, but I don't know where mine is, and I need to buy a new one, and I just have not yet. So this is what I'm using in the meantime. This is basically what is going on currently, and if I'm going to be honest, I was not originally that interested in the story. It wasn't until my other research kind of intersected with this that I then started to do the research. And, it just goes to sort of show how we take these sort of stories and with what seriousness, and that's something we kind of have to look at ourselves about, including myself. To hold my own self credible in all of this, I did just want to mention the fact that I, think of myself as a woman who really tries to put herself in other shoes. I have a lot of empathy, but I still am here, and I didn't listen to these women's stories when they originally came out in 2017. It took 2 years before I really started to take the time to look into it and research it. And the reason that I'm also really wanting to talk about this particular man is because he is part of the Me Too movement, and regardless of what happens in court, because I'm a little worried that he will not face the charges that he should, and that is due to the justice system, which this is not that video, so I'm not going to get into it. And I'm just going to say that I worry that he's not going to get maybe what he might need to, because I personally, based on the research I've done, once again, like Lou Pearlman, don't think that this man is able to be rehabilitated into society to not hurt others for his own gain. And I think we as a society need to really make sure that he is not able to go back to and just ingrain himself again and become a powerful man once again, so that years from now or 2 decades from now, this happens all over again and we're here again and he's back in court and he's facing allegations once again. And you want to hope this also because of the recent Me Too movement, but there are some things, especially in my own life, that I kind of I get a little worried about. And to be frank, I think sexism is one of those issues that I personally feel, at least, I have more people on my side when it comes to that issue versus, say, racism, in which I have a bit of a harder time talking to people about, because I feel like people are a lot more quick to emotionally respond to that. So I, we live in some interesting times, and I have a lot of opinions, but I'm scared to share those opinions. Emotionally and mentally, I know that I have read the books and the means to back me up on things, but I also know that isn't going to protect me from other people's ignorance or other people's anger or just a slew of other things. And this is also why I'm getting nervous, because I want to say this in a way that's not going to bite me. But whenever you talk about these issues, they just have a tendency to come back because they are difficult issues to deal with. And some people don't want to do the work necessary to handle these issues. There's a lot of things at play here, and there's a lot of things that I can't get into on a YouTube get ready with me, because it goes so much deeper and there's so much more information to it, and there's so many different facets of it, and people are just going to come for me. There are just so many different issues in our society because of how it was formed, just the history. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to all of this, and I have spent my entire life looking at this stuff because I've been trying to understand why I may feel this way, or why I might experience this particular thing.
Dang it, I should have done it a little wider. I like this eyeliner, but at the same time, I am a little worried that this is what irritates my eye so much.
I miss doing mascara, but I haven't worn contacts in so long because I need to get dental insurance. And I need to get basic insurance. Well, I'm in the process of that right now, and that's a big old story. For those of you who might not know, I live in the United States, so our medical system is always interesting to deal with, and I need to deal with it. So, things that I'm going to be doing in 2020. I'm going to really want it. I'm sorry. I really want to focus on finding a therapist. I want a woman of color, to be frank. I'm a little picky about who I would feel comfortable telling all my thoughts to, yet here I am on the internet telling all my thoughts to it. I need a therapist. I need a therapist desperately. So fun. So goals of 2020. I am excited because this is something I need. I also, because of some current things dealing with my medical insurance, I'm hoping to get back on my much needed anxiety medication. I do experience anxiety, and it is something that's, depending on how bad it gets, can affect my life in a way that negatively affects me. So I need to get that taken care of. So lots of different things for 2020. My next video is going to be about Harvey Weinstein, because I feel very passionately about basically talking about people who might use their power to negatively affect others. And just talking about basic commentary on our society, because it's absolutely interesting. I am going to use one of my new lipsticks. I'm excited. This isn't the right. I think I'll try and use Fred. This is Bury Me in Lipsticks. I like that one too, but Fred might be the one of the day. I feel like it's pretty red, but when I was little, I used to absolutely love the 1950s. Like, I've just always loved history. And so I always used to want to go in a time machine to these different eras until I learned about racism. And then I was like, ooh, I don't think they would have liked me. But there was a time when I was a child where I wasn't sure, because I was like, they literally only talk about white people and black people. And I wasn't sure where on the spectrum brown people sat, and then more specifically where Native American people sat. So I wasn't sure. But I definitely now know I would not have been allowed in a particular bathroom. I would have been in the other bathroom. And if you don't know what I mean, then you are a lucky person, aren't you? Maybe I should put on a little Bury Me in lipstick just to add a little bit more color. Play with it a little bit. I just felt like there were two mountains on the scenery of my face. Oh, I do have something in my teeth. Please don't look. Sorry about that. You can see a little bit of a disaster. So this was just sort of an update. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. Please note the videos that were presented in this video are solely my own.
The things that I did use in this video today were the Sephora eyeliner, the Sophia Nygaard ColourPop, Fred. I did add a little bit Bury Me in lipsticks, and I did use this Juvia's Place, the Nubia 2 palette. I used these 3 colors.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!